welcome to the Marine Channel. We're on the Edorado stand and you might already have seen our video about this amazing electric foiling boat. But I'm with Godert today, who is the CEO and founder of Edorado Boats, and I'm going to ask him a few questions about how this amazing boat came about. So Godert, how did we come to be sitting on this boat and how did it evolve from nothing?
Well, the company started by the idea of making a sustainable boat. And if you start thinking about making a sustainable boat, you immediately start thinking about making an electric boat. And we thought a lot about, we did a lot of numbers on planing hulls with batteries inside. And I don't think it's a surprise to anyone that to hear that electric boats with batteries have quite limited range. And that's because the drag is really quite immense of a planing hull. And around that time there was lots of things happening with America's Cup and sort of kite surfing, and so there were lots of developments around hydrofoils, and that seemed to make a lot of sense, because your initial thought might be, oh well, let's just add more batteries, but since the mass of the boat is part of the equation, a boat is weight sensitive. And it just doesn't get any better. So you have to do something revolutionary to break through that. And hydrofoils, sort of, we connected those things, and it made a lot of sense to put hydrofoils underneath the boat. And that really reduces the drag about 70% and gives you a viable high-speed proposition with a viable range. So that is a very important step. Then within hydrofoils you can do many things actually. There are sort of the surface piercing hydrofoils that notably the Russians and Italians explored a lot. And but we went for a different configuration which was developed by Boeing for the US Navy in the 70s. And this is called the Canard. And the Canard is it's a duck, so it has the main foils in the rear and the height rudder in the bow, and it's a fully submerged hydrofoil, which means that it's a bit technical, but it's intrinsically unstable. So unless you control the roll and the height, it will crash. So it's completely synthetic balance, and it has pros and cons. The cons is it's complicated, but the pros are quite immense. I mean, it's much more efficient than surface piercing hydrofoils, and you have a computer in which you can write software in which you can sort of determine the characteristic. You can make changes to the characteristic. So you can decide, okay, this wave we ignore, and this is the type of wave that we respond to, and you can say, you know, I'd like to have a very aggressive corner, or I'd like to have a very smooth corner. So these are very important advantages of having an active hydrofoil system. Now on top of that, we got sort of, being in touch with potential customers, we realized that retraction is also very important, because people are a bit worried about these long objects sticking out of the boat. So we spent a lot of time in retracting them in an elegant way and really integrating them. So these parts of the boat are where the hydrofoil system retracts into. There's nothing sticking through. There's nothing you can get pinched by. It's really beautifully integrated. In fact, the whole system is below the floor. So this is one layout, but within this layout, you can do many other layouts. From the swim platform through the floor to the bow, it's one flat surface, which is really nice.
Brilliant! Wow. And I know that boats probably aren't your core thing, or certainly not how you started. Can you tell us a little bit about it beyond just the finished product that you see here?
Well, this is clearly a very one beautiful execution of this concept. But you can also imagine that it's a recipe. It's like an archetype, if you could say. right? So a battery electric hydrofoil boat has this layout. But we also realized that the other boat builders have the same needs, right? And so what we are also offering is this platform as a technology platform. So we offer Edorado systems to third-party boat builders. And so the initial market where we get a lot of traction now is in the superyacht tenders. So superyacht tenders, they want to have the same signature line, you know, with the mothership. And so now there are several yacht architects making drawings around this system on the same layout, but they can create their own interior and the signature line and all that. And we think that will become a large part of the business. In fact, it will become a large part of the boat business, because I think that something needs to be done about the emissions of this industry. And we know it's hard, but the future is either you go slow with electric or you go foiling, and this is what we offer.
Brilliant. And one final question, which I suppose fascinates me. If you think about a traditional boat builder yard,
yes.
They're full of laminators and
Yes.
all the rest of it.
Yes.
But I imagine with the technology that you're dealing with here, you've got to have a huge IT department for one thing, but also specialists in the element of foiling, you know,
Yes.
controlling all that. And,
Yes.
you know, tell us a little bit about your workforce, because I'm sure it isn't traditionally the same as anything else.
Yeah, so we have, you could say about 1/3 of the team, or a bit more than 1/3 of the team are software engineers, because it's so integral. And that's also the reason why a lot of boat builders will not venture into foiling, because you need sort of an uncharacteristic type of labor force and capital expenditure. So this is one of the reasons why we think that the platform makes a lot of sense. But yeah, you're right. It's naval architects with a specific knowledge around hydrofoils and hydrodynamics, and then the computer architecture and the mechatronics side is very important. And actually, it is really about the whole chain. You cannot say, oh, we have this great software and that makes the boat fly well. It's about the naval architecture, the hydrodynamics, the mechanical part, the mechatronics, the electronics, the computer architecture, the software architecture, and the algorithm, and they all have to work together. So that is what we've done.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. I know you're very busy on the stand
Yeah, it's
here.
a busy day on the boat, on the show.
Absolutely. Well, there's a lot of interest in this boat. I know we've been watching the foils go up and down, so it's stunning. But thank you very much for your time. Much appreciated. And please do take a look at this boat further. We've got another video showing the boat itself, but it's a fascinating boat and certainly the future. So thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please don't forget to subscribe, hit that alarm button so that we can let you know any future videos that come up. So thank you very much, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye-bye.